Hello fans, and welcome again to another episode of this podcast. Today I wanted to whisper, to share with my fans the rumor and whispers that are going around our slums in our city, Kericho. You see, it was on Sunday the 23rd, the month of January, the year 2023, and it was 8:30 in the morning, a Sunday, an unworking day, and nobody was in his office in this town. It's a resting day in Kenya. Sunday people don't work, they stay home, do other home chores and other activities apart from going to the office to work, the work that they are paid for. So there was no one, there was little traffic in the town, not many pedestrians, not many cars, and people were seated at the doorsteps in the slums, the estates. Others, churchgoers, were already going to church, others were already coming back. Those who went there at 6 at 4. Churches open as early as 6 a.m. By 7 a.m. the first mass is gone. See that when you go there at 8 or 7:30, you meet those who went there at night at 6, doing what? Coming back. That's how it is. Sunday is not a working day and people rest. People don't do. People stay at home. There's little traffic and very little, and you don't expect a lot of activity. You don't expect to get anything from the offices on that day unless it has been arranged for, and unless it is very, very important that it must happen. So on this day, with all such conditions, this street on the Kericho to Kisumu to Nairobi highway, suddenly there comes four guys. They are dressed in the Kenyan Telecom Corporation's uniforms, something of that kind, overalls. They look like technicians, engineers. These guys, they look like government staff coming to inspect what is happening in the underground water network, electricity, there's fiber optic cable, there's water, there's other technologies that travel underground. You cannot know which one and what and what. But water and the sewage and the fiber optic are obvious. Telephone doesn't do that nowadays. It doesn't go travel underground anymore. Telephone travels like, what do we call this one? The mobile phone. It doesn't do wires. It doesn't need wires. We don't use wires. Just like that. The mobile phone technology has overturned that. It has changed that. There's no more of wired telephone in this country. Landlines, no more landlines. So as I was traveling on that day with a mason has given me a contract to go and collect ballast and sand he wanted to build his shed where he sits, where he works, where he repairs what destroyed technology or malfunctioning technology, like engines and injectors, fuel injectors for the people of that kind. They repair automobile, they repair trucks and motor vehicles in this city. So I was given a contract to go and collect the sand. So for for the few 3 or 4 people who were walking on that road, on the highway, at that time, on that day, I was what? I was one of them. Because of that reason, I was found on the road walking towards what? Towards the place where we buy ballast, sand, and other construction material. So now, I pass and go. I don't see anything unusual, anything abnormal. I finish what I was doing, go up the road, sit there, load the cart with the material, and then suddenly I turn, me and my driver, we drive down the road towards the city, the town center, and we go. This time when we come back, after just about some 30 minutes, when we come back, we find that the underground water, the water pipe that travels underground, has burst, and now we're wondering what caused the burst. The underground, the very big pipe that is very big, some 5-6 inches or more, even 8. Who went down there to touch that pipe so that it did what? It burst like that, and water was traveling. A river, not just little water, small. A lot of water was traveling down towards the city center. You see that? And we were wondering what might have gone down into that hole, into the channels, to touch that pipe. And the pipe down there is too thick, man. You cannot just touch it and it explodes, or you cannot just, not even nails can make holes through the pipes. But that's how it was. The pipe had burst, and the question was, what caused the pipe to burst? Underground, into the hole, into the channel. Who went there to touch those things so that they burst? And on the highway, you don't expect mischief in such an open place. Mischief, vandals, and you see that? Vandals, mischief, people who don't care, people who destroy public property, just who don't have meaning or use for such what. It doesn't make sense to them on, say, an installation, perhaps a telephone booster or a telephone or a joint or just fiber optic joints. They are dense. The technology is made with a lot of copper joints here, there, brass, what, metal that cannot what, that won't rust. Usually steel, immediately it comes in contact with water or moisture or the soil, it starts doing what? Rusting. So they use brass or copper or other non-rusting metals, and that is it. It has become target to every scrap, to every scavenger, everyone who does scavenging. Copper is something that copper is good. Copper is good. It is sweet and it is everything. So copper is gold for them, and brass also is gold for them. And when they don't have any way of getting bread, my friend, when they don't have anywhere, when the city is completely empty of garbage, damaged and wasted, destroyed pieces of metal, they can even destroy good stuff to go and convert it into money and then bread and sell it to the scrap dealers. The scrap dealers won't be able to know what happened until when the police drive in their truck. We want to look at your stuff. What's happening? There's been vandalism. The vandalism has occurred somewhere, someplace in this town. You see that? The scrap dealer is in hot soup again for what he or she did not even do. He did not even know. It wasn't even involved. So that's how it is. Copper, vandalism, scavengers, those who have tried scavenging like me. You know what copper looks like to them? Copper is very, very, very good money, very expensive. See that? Copper and brass, it is very, very expensive. These electricity people, electricity boosting or transmission installations, power transmission installations are made with copper joints, copper wires and all that. And this water, the municipal water network joints are made with brass joints, very heavy. One joint is about a lot of money. If you get 3 joints, you have how much? You have thousands, and that is enough to take you where? To take you to paradise for some a month or so. You live like a king. You do everything like a president, and then after that, then you start looking for again how to get more money. So that's how it is. These guys, after we had gone, after I had passed and gone, and water following me from behind, a lot of water making noise, a lot of along the roadside, heading towards what? The town center, going to cross the town to the what? Following the force of gravity. See that? And I went, and where I went and sat after downloading the sand and ballast, and then suddenly the water comes, and then it has reached the town. It has caused a stir. There's water. The water pipe, the main line has done what? Has burst underground to the ground. Yes, how did it happen? What caused the pipe to burst under, inside the earth? See, in that hole, in that joint. Even if you went there to work, to operate it, you would only have to twist the taps toward the right direction. You open the water and twist it the opposite direction. You close. That is how it is. That's how we do. But this time, that one alone cannot cause the pipe to burst. So now we have reached there. We are sat, and then there comes a fellow street man with the news now. What is it? Now I sat and had to call him close. I moved closer to, I heard you mention something about the burst water pipe. How did it happen? He said, hey. So now we move and start whispering, rumor mongering is our thing. Moving rumors from one point of the city to the other one. Spreading the news is ours. We are talented at it. The rumors come to me because I'm part of it, part of the population here. The rumors come to me now. They've told me, you know what? You're a journalist, a news reporter. Evil has happened. There's been vandalism. Whatever has happened along the highway and the main water pipe that travels from where? Along the road. How did it happen? You see, there were 2 guys, about 4 or 5 guys who wanted to go for the copper inside the channel. There travels many things. There is not only water, there is fiber, there is other technology that go underground, and these guys managed to know that there is enough copper here to bring across us what? To bring us good money, such that enough copper to make them to risk their lives to go and plug it in such a place open before the government staff offices, the passing traffic, in the open field, in the road, in the town, open place like that. These guys have to risk their lives just to go and get that copper and go and sell it somewhere for a coin, for 10,000, 20,000, if they can plug it all from underground. You see that? Now people are wondering, including me, how did these guys know there is copper underground? They don't work with cancelled. They don't work for. How did they get the chance to know what is lying underground into those holes, into the tunnels that there is copper enough to make me risk my life, risk being killed, or risk being executed, or sentenced or jailed for life, or something like that? These guys went and dressed like government staff, like engineers, like the technicians. They went and dressed well from toe to head, and they were ready for it. They risked everything and turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to the what is happening, what was happening around them, the environment. And these guys went into that hole at that time, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they went and started pulling the They knew where it was, how it was built, they knew even what they could do in order to get it to make it come out. They knew even what to do, how to pull it, these guys. Why it not for the water that burst? They would have grown rich. These guys immediately, within a flash of the eye, we wouldn't have known that they were crooks, they were vandals. We would have mistaken them for government staff going on working on overtime, repairing the technology underground into the tunnel. You see that? We would have not known these guys are thieves, these guys are vandals, and these guys are hooligans. Very cunning people, very cunning, who will cheat you, who will con you, who will fool you while you watch them, and you will easily accept, yes, these guys, they say the truth, these guys are right, and everything is good. You see that? And that's how it happened. The guys went inside, and then the pulling started. I don't know whether they were watching some old ancient technology, probably the pipeline that was laid by the colonialists some about 100 years. I just don't know, but there was copper or brass big enough to make someone risk their lives and go and try to get it. So when they went in, the struggle to pull it, the struggle to get the copper and brass and everything, said, I don't know what they used, whether they used picks, whatever it was, but it must have been a very powerful tool, a hammer, a mason's hammer or a quarry hammer or something like that. Believe it not, but the main line of the water, as big as it is, and the pipes as thick as they are, as securely as they were fastened by the engineers, something went wrong, and the water went boom. In the flashing of the eye, the whole lot filled with water. What is that? The whole lot was filled with water, and there were no pedestrians, and there wasn't a lot of vehicles around, so they didn't get out of. But those who managed to see them, they didn't have the power to tell them, hey, they couldn't have done that. They thought it was government stuff or something of that kind. It wasn't even possible to blow a whistle against them. You see that? Oh, these guys started. These guys now, bad luck. Mission wasn't successful. They hadn't tapped, they hadn't gotten, they hadn't plucked the copper, the brass, or whatever metal they were going for from the joint here, and it wasn't possible. The 5 of them just pulled each other from the from the hole before they were suffocated by the water, before they drowned in the water, and they pulled each other and shot out, started running away from this place, and they went, and they were very cunning people. Those who saw them, the guy who saw them says that they went through a second party with my source of the this story is a second party witness. He's not even sure. But I could. He just even. It wasn't even. He said he saw them. They ran. He said that they ran towards the DC's office or the PC's of the governor's office or the administration offices, government administration offices, and that place is guarded by what? A cop with a gun. How could that have happened? I couldn't believe this. But the guy who told us, hey, they went and passed through the what? Those offices, and there's a part there that goes. It goes through the offices to the other side of the what? The plot. See that? The front and the behind. So these guys ran and they managed to escape unnoticed, and nobody could even know it was who and who in this town. We know each other. We were born and brought up in this city, went to school together, married, and we did these things together. We know each other. Nobody was even able to know that this was John Amboli or this was Uhuru Kenyatta or this was who. This was, nobody would even know that this man, it was so and so who was trying to tap the what? The cable, copper cable or copper joints and brass joints of the technology down into the earth here. And by bad luck, they almost died. They almost died in the hole. The water burst. They survived and they escaped. At that hour, somebody comes to a place like that just to get the copper, dressed in government engineers and government technicians uniforms, just to fool the what? To fool the public. Then they went inside the hole. Then suddenly, boom, the water. It wasn't petrol. It was ordinary water. Ordinary purified treated water from the water supply. Up the forest, see that? And these guys wanted to escape. And thank goodness they were like they weren't done what? They weren't caught. Now, these guys survived. Mission failed. But they managed to do what? To survive. And they're still living up to now. Very cunning people. They fooled us. They dressed in government engineers, government technicians, uniforms. And we believed them. They went and said, were it not for the water, the burst pipe, they would have hauled everything out of the hole and done with it whatever they wanted. Even if they fooled you, oh, we are going to store it in a government store. See that? Government department store. How would I have known what is happening in Kenya? How would I have known? I wasn't a magician. I'm not a magician, and I'm not. I don't know anything that. I don't know how to play the bar. I would have discovered, but that's how it is. That's how it is, fans. That's just what happened on this Sunday, and I thought it was to share it, to share it with my fans, and that is all I have up to that point. Thank you for listening, and goodbye till we meet again, till I get something to whisper and share about. I'm going to tap the rumor and whispers, and I'll bring them to my fans the next time I come in the next episode. Thank you and goodbye till we meet again. Bye.